First of all, we need to begin and understand what kata or forms really actually are. At its lowest stage, kata are simply a form of repetition and exercise. And that's all they are. They're not for fighting whenever they're considered at that level. The second reason for kata is it is a catalog of combative techniques. But they work upon what I call frameworks. These are waza, and these are individual combative techniques, but they're a framework. Why do I call them a framework? Because you're practicing the skin and bones of a basic technique, and then you build the meat onto that technique to make it a specific technique. So one waza within a kata actually has multiple oyo. Oyo are the actual combative applications. And so I practice one waza in the kata, and then I can pull up multiple oyo that all use that exact same framework but have different functionality. In some cases, that framework I can build on a striking application or a striking oyo. In other instances, I can build onto that same framework a grappling application. I can build on a ground fighting application. I can build on a lot of different applications from that one framework. So by doing the kata, I'm actually practicing the fundamentals of multiple techniques at once. The next highest purpose of kata, the third reason, is health maintenance. Sometimes the movements in a kata have no direct combative application at all whatsoever. The sole purpose of the movement is maintenance of your health. So in other words, there are certain techniques where we move the body through a range of motion that combat training alone would never move your body through, and you would never go through that range of motion in your daily life. Therefore, the kata have motions in it to force your body through that larger range of motion, which helps you to age better, stay younger longer, and so forth, and helps you to maintain your health. It can even help you heal injuries that you sustain due to the simple fact that you're moving your body through a larger range of motion, vascularizing more tissue, helping your body to recover from injury. The highest purpose of kata, so the fourth reason for kata and the highest purpose of kata, is to ultimately raise your shin. And this gets into Qigong, and I don't want to get into Qigong because there are books that are this thick on just the basics of Qigong, and I don't want to get into all that in a small little video here. So anyhow, the ultimate purpose and the reason why you have like specific sequences and the sequences go in order is because the ultimate objective is to raise the shin. I'll make videos later on about what that means and stuff like that, but for now, that's the most advanced reason for doing kata. So just stay tuned. I'll make videos about it later. As a side note, a lot of schools, like I recall some BJJ schools during the COVID pandemic, they started doing katas of their rolling around on the mat stuff. Why? They didn't have training partners because COVID had them locked down. So kata has also as the purpose a method of solo practice when you don't have a partner available for training. With all this said, I will make some videos showing the oyo component of kata. Now the problem is a lot of karate do schools, modern kung fu schools, they do the forms, but they never get to the oyo part. The oyo part is something they go, that's just mysterious, we don't know what the original oyo, and they just don't do the oyo. I'll make some videos showing the oyo. I'll show the framework in the kata, and then I'll pull out some oyo from that one framework and explain to you what I mean. Once you see the oyo, then you go, oh yeah, that's definitely going to work in a fight. But when you just see the frameworks in a kata itself, it's not meant to work in a fight the way it's presented because you're training multiple techniques at once, and you're doing all those other things. Health maintenance, raising of the shin, which like I said, I'll explain that in another video. So you're doing all these other things, not just training fight whenever you're doing kata.